Making a good first impression is key to success in life. Whether you are meeting someone for the first time, interviewing for a job, or networking, it's important to put your best foot forward. With the right attitude and approach, you can make a lasting first impression that puts you in the best light. Many of people overlook the importance of making a good first impression, but it can be the difference between success and failure. We all know that making a good first impression is important, but sometimes it's hard to know what to do to make sure we leave a lasting impression. Making a good first impression is more than just being nice and having a firm handshake. It takes thought, preparation, and practice. It can be tough enough to meet someone for the first time, but if you don't make a good impression, it can be even harder to build a relationship with them. The good news is, there are some simple tips you can follow to ensure that you make a good first impression. The happy you can help. We have tips on making people look and feel their best so you can put your best foot forward every time. Our video tips will help you make a first great impression and keep that positive momentum going. Let's get started. With these simple tips, you're sure to make a great first impression on anyone you meet. Number 1. Do your research. Before meeting someone for the first time, it helps to do a bit of research about them and their background. This will help you have something interesting to talk about as well as to give an idea of what kind of person they are. The more you know before your first meeting, the more confident you'll be in making a good impression. For example, if you're about to meet a potential investor for your business, it's important to take some time to read up on what kind of investments they have made in the past. That way, you can tailor your conversation to their interests. Doing research is also a sign of respect, so make sure you're prepared before meeting someone for the first time. Number 2. Be on time. Punctuality shows respect and that you value someone's time. It also means you won't have to rush or be unprepared when the conversation starts. The last thing you want to do is make a bad impression by being late. People will take notice if you show up late and it can be a bit of a red flag. The one exception is if you have an unexpected delay or something unavoidable comes up. In that case, let the person know beforehand so they're not kept waiting. But otherwise, aim to be on time. Number 3. Be prepared. You should always come to prepared for a meeting, especially if it's an interview or a professional setting. Do your research ahead of time so that you know what questions to ask and have good answers ready when prompted. This will make a good impression and show you're serious about the position. Many times, the first few minutes of interaction can set the tone for the entire conversation. Number 4. Ask questions. People love talking about themselves, so asking someone questions will give them the opportunity to do just that. Plus, this helps to create a more meaningful conversation and connection between you two. The goal is to get to know the person and make them feel special, so be sure your questions are thoughtful and engaging. Meeting people can be intimidating, but try to remember that we're all just people trying to do the best we can in life. So ask questions, have fun, and make a great first impression. Number 5. Smile. A smile can go a long way in making a good first impression. Not only is it a sign of friendliness, but it will help to put your conversation partner at ease as well. Smiling shows that you're confident and comfortable with yourself. The more you practice it, the easier it will become to do naturally. But remember not to go overboard. A genuine smile will always leave the best impression. The best way to practice is to look in the mirror and focus on smiling with your eyes and make eye contact. Number 6. Be positive. Positivity is always attractive, and you want to come across as an upbeat person who enjoys life. Keep your conversations lighthearted and make sure to inject some humor into them for good measure. No one likes to talk to someone who is negative or brings them down. The same goes for your body language. Make sure to stand tall, keep a pleasant facial expression, and smile often. Having positive energy is always attractive and will give people a good impression of you right away. Positivity is a great way to leave a lasting impression. Number 7. Listen. Listening is an important part of any conversation, but especially when you're trying to make a good first impression. Everyone wants to feel heard, so take the time to really listen and understand what someone has to say. The more you listen, the more you'll be able to engage in meaningful conversations. The other person will feel respected and notice that you're genuinely interested in them. People like to talk about themselves, so let them. Ask questions and take the time to get to know someone. Number 8. Dress appropriately. Dressing for the occasion shows that you take the situation seriously and have respect for your conversation partner. Make sure to dress appropriately and in clothes that fit you well. Avoid anything too flashy or loud. When you dress in something that expresses your personality, you will feel more confident and come across as competent. Making a good first impression does not have to be stressful or difficult. With a little bit of practice and preparation, you can be sure to make a first great impression on anyone you meet. So go ahead, put these tips into practice, and make sure you shine at your next meeting. So, why does making a good first impression matter? Making the right impression when meeting someone for the first time can have far reaching consequences. It affects how you are perceived in both professional and social circles, and even influences decisions that are made about you. A good first impression conveys trustworthiness, professionalism, and respectfulness, all of which form an important part of successful relationships. It will become easier to build confidence and form relationships with others if you take the time to make an effort for that first encounter. Can I really make an impression? Absolutely. Every single one of us has the power to make a good first impression, no matter what our background or experience. We can all choose to be confident and welcoming in the face of any situation. We can bring our best selves to the table, setting a positive tone for any interactions. And remember, you can always be yourself and making an amazing impact on those around you. With the right attitude and determination, there's no limit to the positive interactions and impressions you can make. Be confident, be warm, and bring your best self forward. You have what it takes to make a lasting impression. Believe in yourself and take control of the ways others view you. You can do this. Making a good first impression is important in any setting. It can open up opportunities and great possibilities that might not have been there before. We all have the power to make an impact with our presence, so take control and make sure you put your best foot forward. Smile, be positive, and dress for the occasion. You will be sure to win over anyone you meet. With a little bit of effort, the right attitude, and confidence, there's no limit to what you can achieve. So go ahead and make that lasting impression. The power of the first impression is yours to embrace. Take full advantage of this gift and make the most of every interaction. I believe in you. Good luck.